The Silicon Valley BART extension is very well known for its troubles, but it's not the first time that a BART expansion project has not entirely been a treat. The San Mateo County extension is BART's original problem child, and some, let's just say, suboptimal design decisions have continued to haunt operations to this day. I've talked about some of the issues on this line in previous videos, but I feel like a dedicated video would be nice. And I've been saving it till now because some of the stations on this line are distinctly spooky. We start our tale in BART's prehistory. The Bay Area Rapid Transit District, or maybe SPARTed, evolved in the aftermath of the Key System, a former network of interurban streetcars around the Bay Area. The main reason that they were torn out was aggressive highway expansion, but even before the Key System died, there were visions of something grander for Bay Area regional transit. As the Key System was very well loved, but it could never have the capacity needed to make a truly transit-dependent megacity. The district was a gauntlet of 6 counties: San Francisco, Alameda, Contra Costa, Marin, San Mateo, and Santa Clara, all of which would be fully committed to the cause and determined to bring high-speed rapid transit to their counties. Right? Right? Yeah, only the first 3 are still in the district today. Santa Clara were the first to pull out, as they wanted to focus on freeways. Boring. Next was San Mateo, mainly because they believed, wrongly, that Caltrain, which at the time was still Southern Pacific owned, already covered enough of the region. As for Marin, that's probably a video all of its own. TLDR, every time you see the Golden Gate Bridge, just remember that we could have had trains on it. I'm no engineer, but come on. If we built a Transbay tube, we probably could have figured something out for the Golden Gate. Oh well. San Mateo County did finally return to the BART sphere, but they still have no presence in the district. They had to buy into the system, as they paid in today's money $400 million to help fund BART lines in the East Bay. Since its opening in 1973, the San Francisco BART line ended at Daly City, previously without a rail yard, but that would be built in the next decade. But that was just a warm-up, because soon after the San Mateo extension could well and truly start. The first stop on that extension
All
is...
passengers must
Colma Station is certainly a unique facility, as you have the train station, yard, and a parking garage all part of one complex structure. As you'll probably know, Colma isn't really home to a lot of living people. In fact, there are over 1,000 times more people buried in Colma than there are living people. You could probably fit all 1,500 residents of Colma into one full-size 10-car BART train and still have some wiggle room to spare. And yeah, just about everything in this area that you can think of is surrounded by cemeteries. Not a very pleasant place to walk around. But back to the station, it takes the crown for me as the most haunted BART station. It has one main island platform, plus a third side platform that's no longer in use today. It's remnant from when the service used to end here, but now you can't access it. It's been occupied by the ghosts of BART. The escalators are covered up, you can clearly see where next train screens used to be. It's all rather eerie. One more thing, when I was doing research for this video, I found out about the Colma musical. I can't say I've seen it, but it does have some pretty loyal fans. Fair play. Our next stop is, well, he protect, he attack, but most importantly, he's South San Francisco. Man, Allsum really needs to fix their software. Anyway, South SF is the first station on the proper San Mateo extension, which opened in 2003. I've said it before on the channel, but I think the station reminds me of the LA Metro B&D line subways. And when you go outside, contrary to what you might think, there's actually a decent amount of development, at least on BART standards, and the bus interchanges are very well signed. You're also not far from a Trader Joe's and a Costco. It's not the most attractive of places for a station walk shed, but it's not too bad, about average for a BART station. One stop down the line though is San Bruno, and this one's a little bit more grim than South SF. It has a bit more natural light, but a lot less character in my opinion. The main attraction outside of this station is the Tanforan Shopping Center, which sadly doesn't have much of a future, as do a lot of malls in the Bay Area. The bus station here is integrated into the parking lot, which I don't think I'm a fan of, but it contributes to the whole eerie vibe of this extension. And now we come to the really annoying part, the SFO Millbrae Y. So here's the thing, right? San Francisco Airport is building their international terminal, and they really want to have BART there. You know, it's going to be so great right at the terminal doorstep, and that's very convenient. But of course, the airport's going to charge a lot of rent for the station, which means that the BART fares have to be very high to sort of cover that rent. But just as important is Millbrae Station down the line, which is where you can get right to Caltrain and, in the future, high-speed rail. So you have Millbrae and SFO that both need a lot of service. You can't even get the air train and get between the two of them, and you just have this structure here that really messes up the service patterns. It also means that if you're getting in from Caltrain or high-speed rail and want to get to the airport, you have to ride BART because there's no air train. I've talked about Millbrae before on the channel, and I do think it might get rebuilt when high-speed rail comes along because it doesn't have enough tracks. But yeah, if you want to hear my first ever video on the channel, then go check out my rant about the Millbrae TOD, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think much has changed. Well, I mean the TOD. I like to think my videos got better. One more factor about the SFO Millbrae service is the fact that Samtrans and BART never really got along with each other, mainly because Samtrans funded part of the extension, given that San Mateo was not part of the district, and the fact that numbers weren't quite delivering to what BART expected. BART's view was, let's run more trains because that will hopefully attract more people to ride to the airport. Samtrans was like, no, people aren't riding, we should be running less trains. And this standoff right here has led to constant disagreements about how the service should be designed and confusing commuters every single week. Wait a second, why do I hear boss music? Oh no, we're not doing this again, are we? Seriously? That's the San Mateo County BART extension. A bit of a quick video, a bit of a fun one, while I'm working on a much bigger project that will hopefully be out in the next couple weeks.